Every time you try to manifest, heal, or manifest something into your life, have you noticed people around you often pull you back? And in today's video, I'm going to show you something that's not just spiritual but psychological, because your patterns are not just influenced by your past, they are also being reinforced by the people you surround yourself with. So we are going to dive deep into understanding the science behind law of vibration. Now, inside my 15 days instant healing program, this is actually one of the very first thing I recommend to all my clients. Not because I want them to cut people off, but because healing can't happen when you are surrounded by people who do not believe in healing. Now, if you would be interested in my 15 days instant healing program, where I teach you how to get inside your subconscious mind and heal each and everything in less than 2 to 3 minutes and attract the relationship and the life that you truly desire, you can sign up for a free mini therapy session with me. And in this session, I'm going to analyze your subconscious mind map. And if I feel I can promise you the results, I will allow you to enroll into my program, or else I might refuse you. So do check it out, and it could be your life's turning point. Now let's dive into understanding what law of vibration says. So let's start here. Every person you interact with, friends, family, even followers, carry a certain frequency, and that frequency influences what your subconscious mind sees as a possibility. Now, according to the law of vibration, it says you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are in harmony with. But here is the twist. It's very difficult to change your vibration if you are constantly surrounded by people who validate only negative patterns. If your friends always complain about relationship issues, your nervous system recalibrates to that. And if they mock the idea of manifesting a relationship or changing your story, your subconscious mind starts to question what you believe in. That's not spirituality, that is psychology. The people you surround yourself with, your life will end up becoming like their lives. So I just want you to observe what are you currently facing issues with, and then I want you to look at the people that you interact the most with and compare how their life is going and the sort of problems that you are facing. And you will see that there is a direct connection between what they are facing and what you are facing. So comment down your experience and I will try to reply to as many people as I can. Now let's understand the law of vibration from scientific perspective. There is a concept in neuroscience called mirror neurons. These are the brain cells that fire both when you do something and when you see someone else doing it. This means your subconscious is literally mirroring the behavior, thoughts, and belief of the people that you surround yourself with without realizing. So can we validate this claim? Yes, we can. According to a 2019 study published in Nature Neuroscience, mirror neurons play a key role in habit formation and emotional learning. That means even if you are trying to break a relationship pattern consciously, if your environment is subconsciously reinforcing your old programming, you will stay stuck in that relationship pattern. So the people you surround yourself with are not just influencing you, they are reprogramming you. I'll give you a very great example. Here is a real life story, and I'm not going to name the person. This girl had a lot of friends who went into relationships, got married, and she would often tell me about the experiences of her friends. Now, one of her friends got married, had a miscarriage, and her husband ended up cheating on her, and the relationship fell apart, and she ended up with a divorce. Guess what? Couple of years later, this girl went through the same experience that her friend went through. Are you observing? What her friend's reality is influencing her reality. This is where I will tell you that a lot of the people you surround yourself with are also influencing your reality. They are writing the script for your life. Now, you may have heard this before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But in the world of subconscious healing, I would take it even deeper. You are the average of the subconscious emotional state you are constantly exposed to. So if you are trying to manifest love or a healthy relationship with your SP, but you are surrounded by people who subconsciously carry fear, mistrust, scarcity, or wounded energy, then guess what? That's what gets mirrored inside of you. That is neuroscience. Your brain's reticular activating system will filter the world to match the emotional climate you are immersed in. And no matter how hard you affirm or visualize, your emotional vibration keeps you stuck in the same pattern. Now, to prove this particular theory to all my friends, what I actually did was I showed them that we can also manifest money if we surround ourselves with people who are making money. And what I did was really interesting. I booked myself a yacht party, and in this yacht party, a lot of the people who were there were millionaires. And guess what happened? This is really mind blowing. When I was on that yacht party, suddenly my clients started showing up, and I started signing up new clients while I was surrounded by people who are millionaires. Guess what happened? I changed my surrounding, and as a result of that, I started making more money. And all of my friends were pretty shocked, but also convinced by the fact that you become a byproduct of your surroundings. So let's talk about the first step of manifesting. So what's the first step? You don't have to cut off everyone, but you must start exposing yourself to a different emotional frequency. Now, this could mean spending more time in communities where healing and transformation is normalized. Listening to content like the one you are listening to right now that holds the vibration of love, power, and alignment. Limiting your conversation that pull you into fear-based thinking, gossips, or victim loops. Because when your subconscious starts being fed a new dominant vibration, it upgrades your beliefs automatically. And here is the secret. Once your beliefs shift, you override external reality. Now, a good example of that is, let's suppose if you have had a history of failed relationships and you go into a bunch of people who have good relationships and you start complaining about how relationships are the worst thing on this planet, how do you think these people will react to you? They would be like, what are you talking about? Because they cannot relate with your reality. The moment they start reacting like that to your beliefs, your subconscious mind just goes into feeling invalidated with your old beliefs. It goes like, what do you mean relationships aren't bad? And what does your subconscious mind do then? It starts observing those people. And when your subconscious mind starts observing that these people have healthy relationships, your subconscious mind starts recalibrating itself to that particular vibration. And this is something I have observed even in my life. When I want to travel to some place, and I love traveling, what I tend to often do is I start seeing those street walking vlogs where people are traveling on the street and you can just observe what's going on the street. What am I doing? I'm exposing myself to the vibration so that my subconscious mind becomes familiar with that vibration and I can attract that easily into my life. And I've done it countless times. And I often end up walking on those same streets that I was streaming to get familiar with. So what you also need to understand is the sort of content that you consume is also influencing you. The sort of music that you are listening to. I have seen a lot of the people listening to sad romantic songs and somehow their lives start mimicking the same sad reality. So do not listen to sad romantic songs. And then I have seen people who watch content about how their mental health is being ruined by this and that. If you see, they are being exposed to the vibration of complaining and being damaged. And guess what happens in their life? They start attracting those experiences. Rather than that, if you start watching content that talks about how you can overcome life's challenges and how you can upgrade your vibration, you will observe that your vibration will start shifting. Your subconscious familiarity will start shifting and you will start attracting that kind of reality into your life. Now, another great example that is going to blow your mind is someone just messaged me on Instagram saying, Ax, all I did was change the people I confided in. I stopped talking to the ones who always told me love was hard, and I started watching your videos, and I can already see the shift inside my life because I can see visible results. Why? Because she stopped feeding the version of herself that expected rejection and started feeding the version of herself that expected miracles. And all she did was just change her surrounding and started watching my content. That's how powerful your subconscious mind is. It will mimic back the reality that you expose your subconscious mind to. So take the first step. Stop interacting with people who have bad relationships, who have bad finances, people who are constantly complaining. If this is resonating with you and you are realizing your environment is shaping your subconscious more than your effort ever could, then maybe it's time for a new reality. And all you have to do is ensure whatever you expose your subconscious mind towards is what you truly desire. Now, inside my 15 days instant healing program, the very first thing we do is break your current emotional loop by using instant healing hypnosis to reprogram what you believe is possible. And then I show you how to use conversational hypnosis to shift your energy so people around you start responding differently. So in my program, we're not just breaking your father wound and mother wound that forms your trauma bond, but we're also changing your subconscious calibration that completely transforms not just your relationship, but your entire reality. And now, if you are wondering and if you are curious whether it is for you, I offer a free mini therapy session to test your emotional pattern and help you understand where the shift needs to take place. And if I feel you are a right fit for my program, I will allow you to enroll into my program, and that can completely change your life. So in the end, what I'm going to ask you is make sure whatever you are exposed to carries a higher vibration so that you can attract whatever you truly desire. And this is law of vibration at a subconscious level. And if you can understand this, you can change your entire reality. I'll see you guys in the next video. Up until then, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and leave a lovely comment to show some love. And remember, anything is possible once you decide you want to completely transform your life. Bye-bye.